And thank you for joining us here on THV 11 for our midday news. Jurnee Taylor is off today. I'm Hayden Balgavy in for Nathan Scott. My friend, the fog has lifted. I've been driving in it for, I feel like a week. I know it hasn't been that long, but let me tell you what, I'm just glad it's gone. Get it out of here.
Good afternoon, Hayden. I'm sure you're glad the fog is gone. I'm sure a lot of viewers are glad it's out of here because it felt like London out there over the past several mornings as this fog reduced visibilities almost to near zero. But look at the fog tracker. It is all clear for a large part of Arkansas. The fog has retreated all the way into North Arkansas, and that's just because you step outside and it is warm out there. The warm front has made its way through. The 24-hour temperature difference, it's 15 to almost 25 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Russellville, Searcy. So here's visible satellite. The temperature is closing in on 70 here in the capital city. 77 though in Pine Bluff, where you have seen some more sunshine. 77 in Camden. 59 though in Clinton. Everybody will be warming up. There's still some areas of drizzle out there, and that will stick around through the rest of the day. But highs today from many locations will shoot up into the 70s. Look what happens tomorrow though. The temperatures back down into the 40s and 50s. The roller coaster continues. Along with that, the chance of drizzle and spotty showers. I'll have more on your weekend forecast coming up.
Nathan, thank you, sir. Jefferson County employees have entered another day without a paycheck. That's our lead story heading into this afternoon. A viral post is circulating indicating those employees will be paid double once a spending deal is officially reached. Our team took that into consideration. Here's Ashley Godwin to verify.
They're not interested in the families eating and nothing else. They don't care nothing about the people of the county.
These are just some of the people affected by the Jefferson County shutdown right now. Employees haven't been paid anything this year because the quorum court hasn't passed a budget for 2025. It's this post that's been shared dozens of times, saying that if an employer doesn't pay their employees on time, they could be subject to paying double. So let's verify. Our sources are the Arkansas Department of Labor and Licensing and Arkansas state statute. I called the Department of Labor to see what laws refer to an employee getting paid on time. After some digging, we found the law in question, Arkansas Code 11-4-405. It refers to payment on discharge. According to this law, it refers to employees who are discharged or terminated. It says if an employee is fired, that employee is entitled to their wages by the next payday. If the employer fails to pay the employee within 7 days of that payday, they owe the employee double the wages. We have also been asked if employees will receive all of the money they've earned while working during the shutdown. We have reached out to the Department of Finance and Administration and are waiting for a response. With your Verify, I'm Ashley Godwin.
Ashley, thank you. Senate Bill 182 would require cities and counties to rely on the budget from a previous year in the event a new spending resolution is not reached. That is being voted on as we speak by a House committee. Well, our team here at THV 11 will consistently work to answer your questions and concerns. Remember, if you have something on your mind, send us an email, verify@thv11.com. We'll, of course, have those answers for you. To national news this afternoon, President Donald Trump continuing his string of executive orders on Wednesday. Trump pushing major changes to the federal government and national policies, signing the Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports executive order. It directs the enforcement of a Title IX as a way to implement the new rule. The move has sparked nationwide protests, including here in Arkansas, as the administration follows through on their campaign promises.
You will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding. There will be no federal funding.
Under the president's executive order, the State Department must review visa applications for all transgender people. Well, joining the president in his latest move is Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin. In a statement, Griffin says female athletes were at risk under the previous administration because of what he calls, quote, allegiance to ideals that are out of touch with reality. Griffin adds, I applaud President Trump for doing what the Biden administration failed to do. Well, this comes as lawmakers discuss a number of new legislative bills in the state capitol. Meanwhile, protesters gathered outside with dozens of people rallying against the Trump administration's policies. Little Rock, just one of several state capitol protests around the country, known as 50 States, 50 Capitals, One Day.
This rainbow stands for everybody because we're all the same under one flag of colors. We're all different colors, but we should all be together as one part of one rainbow and one whole.
The governor's office responded to the protests, saying Arkansas voters selected President Trump overwhelmingly and that Governor Sanders will continue her work with the new administration. Also at the Capitol, a bill to end affirmative action in Arkansas is advancing to the House floor after passing the State Agencies and Governmental Affairs Committee. While it secured a majority vote, the bill does remain controversial. Supporters push for a merit-based system, while opponents argue it's necessary to address historic inequalities. State Representative Mary Bentley presented the bill on behalf of Senator Dan Sullivan, who was out sick. It proposes replacing equity with equality, minority with critical needs, and eliminating minority retention programs in higher education.
To Representative Bentley's point, we need the most qualified people. Those most qualified people may indeed frequently be of that community. But to judge them first based on their race or national origin is a mistake.
That sounds fair in theory, but there's a fundamental problem with this argument. Merit only works as a fair measure when the playing field is already level, and it isn't.
We are expecting a full vote from the Arkansas House today. Now, a similar bill, though, had failed in prior years. Happening today, state officials will decide whether a medical marijuana dispensary can move to the town of Bryant. This afternoon, the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Commission will consider a location transfer from Good Day Farm, Hensley. It's currently about 20 miles south of Little Rock. If approved, the dispensary would move to Highway 5 North and Hurricane Lake Road in Bryant. In a crime alert this afternoon, an Arkansas man is accused of luring a 16-year-old girl from her home in Wisconsin. Those in her hometown claim to have last seen her with 40-year-old and Lonoke County resident Gary Day. Catherine Rowley has the details.
A nationwide search for Sophia Franklin began Monday. The police say she is with the alleged father of her unborn child, Lonoke County resident Gary Day.
Gary Day went to Wisconsin, picked her up and brought her back.
Day, who is already on probation for domestic battery, is now facing the possibility of having his probation revoked. He is also being charged with 2 counts of child enticement and 2 counts of child abduction. Now officials believe the 2 are back here in Arkansas.
Is the best information I have right now.
Lonoke County Sheriff John Staley spoke with our sister station in Wisconsin. He tells us that this isn't the first time Day and Franklin have been together. Police say the 2 met online. According to court documents, Franklin was with Day in late July to mid-December of last year. The young girl was found with Day during a probation check-in for a previous crime.
When they went to check on him, somebody ran out the back door. And that turned out to be a 16-year-old female from Wisconsin.
After that December visit from law enforcement, a no-contact order was issued. But Day could only be arrested for interference with custody because of the age of consent in Arkansas, which is 16 years old.
We're using methods to track him, and hopefully we'll be able to pinpoint where he's at sooner than later.
In Little Rock, Catherine Rowley, THV 11 News.
We have learned of another arrest for reported human trafficking at a Northwest Arkansas massage parlor. According to Rogers Police, the arrest is based on suspected engagement with a criminal organization. We reported 2 weeks ago the Attorney General launched an operation leading to multiple arrests here in the state. The latest person taken into custody is believed to have owned the 3 parlors targeted. We also have a new development on what's now a double homicide investigation in Little Rock near Family Dollar on Baseline Road. One person was killed and another sent to the hospital this week. We can now confirm the second victim has died. Both listed under the age of 18. An underage suspect is now in custody.
Temperatures to kick off the weekend, highs soaring into the mid, possibly upper 70s. Record highs may be in jeopardy, but then Sunday, it all changes in the other direction. Temperatures collapsing down into the 30s and 40s, and the wind chills will be into the 20s and 30s. And next week, winter is coming back, and there is potential of winter weather for parts of the state. I'll let you know who has the best chance coming up.